we have the most important person
Yes.
up here with us. If you would all please stand for the invocation, and then Ms. Phillips is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for our health, Lord. One more time, you've given us the health to be here. God, we ask, Lord, that you'd be with us tonight. God, bless our decisions, Lord. God, we pray, Lord, as we move into the future, that you'll lead and guide us and direct us, Lord, in a manner that in which that you'd be pleased with, God. We ask these favors in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Sadie, if you'll continue to stand up there. For those of you that might not know, this is Miss Phillips, is Sadie Phillips. She is a Jasper Middle School student, one of which I am very, very proud of. If I had 3 words that would describe Sadie, I would say true born leader. She's in my office telling me what I need to do sometimes. I didn't announce the student council meeting, so she lets me know about that. We don't really have a leader on our weekly slideshow committee team, but she kind of takes that role on herself. She is the vice president of our student council, but what I want to commend her for tonight, State School Superintendent Dr. Richard Woods has a student advisory council, and this council is comprised of only 43 students throughout the whole state of Georgia. They're made up of students in grades 7 through 12. Sadie has been on this advisory council for 2 years. You can imagine the competition that she's up against with other students in the state. I know this year there were several other JMS students who applied as well, but Sadie was the only one who made the council. This year, not only was she selected to the council, which is a huge honor in itself, her peers selected her as the vice president for the council. So let's give Sadie a round of applause. I think Dr. Perry has something to say.
Sadie, there are occasions when I have an opportunity to present the Superintendent's Award, and this is a very, very deserving student. So it is truly an honor and a privilege for me to recognize you as my Superintendent's Award winner. Congratulations. Want to say anything? Anything else you want to say about your trip? Did they have pictures? I didn't see. They do have pictures up there. Yes.
Well, we meet about 4 times throughout the year, and I've had a chance to meet many, many people that are representatives of different counties. I've been able to talk with Dr. Richard Woods himself on multiple occasions, and throughout the summer we're having service projects, which I will be able to help with this year.
Wonderful. Let's give her another round of applause. Maybe I can see you in Atlanta sometime. That would be awesome. Congratulations. With Sadie's mom and dad and family stand, so we might recognize you. Yes. You've done a great job.
Was that grandma that didn't stand?
Yeah.
Come on, grandma.
And my famous cupcakes.
Okay, next we're going to be lighting a remembrance candle. Ms. Lewis.
We'd like to take just a moment to honor a tradition for Christmas. It's a special time of year, and everyone is busy with traditional things that are happening with friends, loved ones, and family. The Pickens County School System would like to take time during this season to remember those in our community and in our schools who have family members who are sick or loved ones who passed away recently. Tonight we have a candle burning as a symbol of our remembrance of these special people who have meant or mean so much to us. As we open our doors at the Board of Education office every morning, we will pause and light the remembrance candle as a symbol that we are taking time to think of these families. There will be a list in the office for you to record the names of any of your loved ones you would like honored.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis. Next, I'll hear a motion that we approve the agenda as presented.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
A motion? Seconded by Mr. Long. All those in favor? 5-0. Next up, we'll have Spotlight on Student Achievement with Jasper Middle School.
Thank you. Ms. Kim Hamilton, if you'll come up and assist, please. A few weeks ago, we had our school-wide science fair, and tonight we want to recognize the people who placed first. We recognized the other place winners at our school in a ceremony a couple of weeks ago, but we wanted to recognize the first place winners because they will be moving on to a region. Is that correct? All right, in the physical energy category, we have Camden Smith. And some of these folks may be leaving. They need to get to a band concert that starts just in a few minutes. All right, in chemistry, Tori Kleinberg. Environmental science, Sean Little. Engineering materials, Owen Moss. Plant sciences, Emily Vargas. Physics, Brooke Bell. Behavioral science, Colin Dose. Mechanical engineering, Brett Menard. Medical sciences, Kaylee Smith. And biochemistry, Maggie Bufford. And I said this at our meeting a few weeks ago, but I want to thank the parents as well, because if you've ever had a child do a science fair project, I know it involves more than just the students. So thank you, parents, as well.
You want to back up a little bit? The student. Scooch. Get real next to Miss Peggy. She's the sweetest. Get right up there.
Oh, but here, kids.
I got it.
That's all I have to do. Just say, look this way.
Is my little Shelby leaving? We have a pre-K student in our audience. Let's give her a round of applause. We're celebrating because this is the third year of pre-K and we're excited. And so, any more pre-K students here? That's awesome.
Is that better? Yeah. Thank you. All right, this is the point where not very often do we get to roast our exiting school board members. And Dr. Perry asked me if I would be willing to come up here and just embarrass the fool out of them.
Okay.
And
I don't think I quite said it like that.
and I happily
Good luck
agreed.
with that.
Now, she did ask me if I would say a few words. I served on the school board the whole time they've been on here. And so I sat around and thought about it this afternoon, and I thought, that's easy. Peggy Andrews. I mean, she's done everything. Pretty much. You hadn't been superintendent. I think we discussed that last night. And that was one of the
That's
few
a good thing.
things. And high school principal, she hadn't been high school principal. So there's still a few things on her resume she can fill out.
I
But
haven't been a housewife yet either. And
we'll talk to Jerry about that.
He might be happy about that. He might get some home-cooked meals for
He
time,
might,
you
he
know.
might. But the more I thought about it, the thing that kept coming back to me in my mind, and I'm not gonna tell anything embarrassing, but the thing that came back to me was, so y'all know Peggy's gonna cry on me here. But they've been through a lot in the last several years. And the thing that kept coming back to my mind was that she always had time for the school. And I don't know what more could be asked for out of somebody on the school board. And then, on the other side here,
Here comes the embarrassment.
got Mr. Coward. There's so much that I could come up with.
Oh, yes.
I thought of lots of things, and I went through and I started to call Phil and see what legal ramifications it would be if I, came out with all the things that I know. And I really decided that, maybe a couple of things I could say, but then, just like we're sitting around thinking about Peggy, I got to thinking about Mike, and the more I thought about it, I said, I've got a Chevrolet vehicle that's got a lot of miles on it. And somebody's going to have to work on that for me. So we're just going to leave it right there, and we're going to thank Mike for all of his years of service, and, when my vehicle breaks, just go easy on me.
Right, I understand. Good choice.
But thank you all. Thank you too.
I just want to say, and that the best thing that I can say about these two people, children always came first in their decisions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Huh? Well, yeah. Here, come here. Put it around your neck. Hold tight with you. You're gonna wait? Are we supposed to wait?
Yes, I want to share some other news.
Sorry, y'all.
Okay, go ahead.
You want us to open it?
Yes, that would be
Okay.
Peggy, do you remember that you picked that out for Wendy Lowen? Under picture? Yes.
Good pick out, Kate.
So now think about that.
You know, when I retired the first time, I gave up watches and clocks and calendars, so probably a good thing to have one now.
We had the book out looking at, which one should we give as a gift, to show our appreciation And so I said, Peggy, take a look at these. And so we knew exactly which one
I
you would like.
We gave it to you. Y'all, that's a good rule of thumb. You might be getting a present someday, so if you have to pick out for somebody else, get something you want.
Good pickup.
Yeah.
Thank you for your years of service.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. For the past 4 years, everybody, our board has functioned as a team. And that team approach to boardmanship is so important. No one creates success alone. We can't do it. The secret truly is that it does take everybody working together, everybody contributing equally. It requires purpose and vision, passion, and a lot of spirit. Achieving exemplary board status, I'm going to tell you, it's hard work. If we expect our children and our students to produce at the highest levels, then we should be a model for that as a board and as a superintendent. And they have. For the second year, our board has met and exceeded the standards listed by GSBA for an exemplary board. Currently, you can see the list up there. There are only 39 school districts in the state of Georgia that have achieved this status. Only 39. You start out as a quality board. If you work harder the next year, you can receive distinguished status. And if you meet the highest of the qualifications, then you reach exemplary board. The award was presented to our board Friday, December the 2nd in Atlanta. Their work, it was not that I reviewed their work. GSBA officials reviewed the work that this board did. We had to send it in. Please join me in congratulating our board members for this very, very distinguished award. GSBA Exemplary Board. We've done it for 2 years, so we should get it for 2 years. That's our cute. I think that should be.
Yes.
I'm the coach.
Y'all need to get next to Peggy. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda, we have Doug Bro of Bro & Associates.
Bye, Sadie.
Do I speak here? Good evening, everyone. I'm Doug Bro, and this is Betsy Malott, and we are with Bro & Associates Architects. During the GSBA Winter Conference last week, we decided to raffle off a 3D printer, and I'm going to show you what the kind of things that an architect uses a 3D printer for. This is a project that we've designed, and we've done several. We'll print out models and take it to the school boards and take it to the administration and take it to the schools so they can see what their project's going to look like. We use it during design, and we use it after the design's finished to communicate to the public. We are raffling off, or did raffle off, a similar printer to what we use in our own office. And for anybody that's a techie here, it's a FlashForge Creator Pro printer. In raffling it, we made the decision not to award it to an individual, but because we do a lot of work with school systems, we wanted it donated or dedicated to an actual school system. So we had about 300 people at the conference that were interested and filled out a card and put their name in the hat. And on Friday evening, we made a selection, and I'm happy to say that Mr. Mike Cowart won a printer and made the decision to donate it to the Pickens County school system. So we are here today, and I'm not going to bring it up because it's very heavy, but we are here today to deliver this printer on behalf of Mr. Mike Cowart to the Pickens County Board.
I'm going to come run the gauntlet.
Run the gauntlet.
Thank you for having us up here. I want to give this to you. Yes, it does. Everything about it is special, but it's all included with
I
the
was going to say,
package.
did you give us the software too? Good. Okay, good.
Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Cowart, where is this printer going?
You gonna put me on the spot like
Yes,
that?
I'm not making the decision.
Okay, well, I thought that I would just raffle it off to the highest principal's bid. But then I actually have made my mind up 2 or 3 days ago and just been messing with all y'all. No. In honor of Miss Andrews is going to take it.
We want to see a tape printed out. We want to see a tape printed out.
We want a bottle of tape.
So you get to interact.
Peggy, that's awesome.
I know, it's exciting.
I do need to hug Peggy. I'll always hug Peggy.
We need training.
Yes,
I need training.
I think we should get Mike.
Hug Mike.
Let me get all 3 of y'all.
Now we get that.
Let me get with the, I'll do it later. I'll do it after the meeting. I want to get you a mic and y'all together after, but I'll do it after the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you. Maybe
You see what y'all got too. Y'all got cupcakes.
Yeah, I saw that. That's great.
Okay. Next on the agenda is Ms. Amy Smith, who's starting out our superintendent reports.
Okay, I'm telling on Martha because I know Martha really well and we keep each other in line a lot. She goes, now we're to the regular humdrum agenda and I went, everybody leaves. But, so thank you, Martha. I didn't realize it was you.
I had a girl Martha.
Sure.
Yay, Amy, hang on 1 second. One other thing that we forgot to do in all of this, so I told y'all, don't try to mess me up. Miss Andrews,
What?
one more thing tonight.
What?
Happy 29th birthday.
I know everybody always just groans when, but I'm at the age, I'm so happy to have another one, y'all.
Okay, now
Thank
you
you.
can go.
Now you can hear the humdrum.
Now I think I've got everything down.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember that one. Okay, our December 1st update for general fund is, as of December 1st, we collected 29.17% of our budgeted revenue. As you can see on the top line, that one we always watch this time of year. The deadline for property taxes has come and gone, but of course, we have not received all the funds that will come in off property taxes. We have received less than 30% of what we have budgeted, but we know that there are quite a few funds that haven't been distributed yet. They have been inundated with payments. I've been there myself a couple times lately, and I myself paying my taxes, waited in line, and finally decided that little drop box looked really, really good. So I utilized that, so thank you, county government, for having that. We do expect quite a large amount of money to continue to come in throughout the month. Once the county receives it, they have about 2 weeks to turn it around to us, and they've always been very good about doing that. During the Christmas break, I typically will stay in contact with them, and we are still going and getting checks and making deposits. So it doesn't sit there, just so, somebody asked me about that the other day, so just so y'all know that. We go get our money and go make the deposit as soon as they call. So y'all have any questions about property taxes, anything going on with that right now? We've also expended about 31.34% of our budgeted expenditures. We're in line all the way around. I'll keep you updated as things change over the next couple of months. You know, if we need to make any kind of adjustments to the budget, we'll be looking at that in the next few weeks, just to make sure we stay in line with where we need to be in the budget. Do y'all have any questions about general fund? And our SPLOST account. For the month of November, we received $376,771.80 in SPLOST revenue, earned interest of $968.59 in interest. Issued just a few checks. We still have technology projects going on. As you see there, the Promethean panels, carts, and the support that goes with the panels. The SPLOST portion of the Cat 5 to Cat 6 wiring project. And then we bought cyber surge protectors for most all of our schools, I believe. That leaves our balance at the end of November at $4,906,565.50. After this, we should receive one more regular payment for this SPLOST cycle. There could be another smaller payment that comes in the month of January that is kind of some cleanup. It might be January or February, I will say. Typically, it would be within the next 30 days after the end. Anybody who paid late, something that came in beyond the normal deadline. So I would expect 1 to 2 more checks to come in for SPLOST 4. And we will immediately, and I've already received notification from the state, that of course our SPLOST was approved by the voters of Pickens County, and that it will immediately start on January 1 of 17. So no breaking collections at all, so yay. Y'all have questions about this part?
I do. Do we have any outstanding amounts that we haven't paid so far, or are we looking at perhaps this is going to be the number that...
Have we finished on the text project on the Cat 5 to 6? Are we totally finished with that? And then the computers in the classrooms, do we have any outstanding balances, or have we totally?
We paid for all the buses?
The buses, we're good with the
Did the white one come in?
We just paid for the last one, but it's here, and we paid for it last week.
Good.
Now, this went through the end of November. If we paid it after that last Wednesday. Yeah, we wrote checks Thursday, so.
Still.
Right, but this should be very close to where we are right now.
We do have the project at Harmony.
We've got a couple of projects you can approve me spend some money on. One's a Harmony lift station, and Gilleland.
Did we finish the roofing at the high school? Is that whole project not done?
Oh, it's for this summer work, the security vestibules for the 2 elementary schools, which y'all approved in the earlier budget, which we haven't spent yet, but it will be done this summer. That will come out of this particular spot.
So we're watching this money real close.
Good.
I am a guard dog of this money, so.
That's Brother Karen. I know you are.
I think they all know I am. And as you can see on the projected to actual, our average has increased. Got a nice little over $10,000 bump in what we received this month. So our average went up over $350,000. So we'll always be glad to see an increase in that average. And you can see where we're at. We're shy of 20 million. I'm hoping we'll hit it. So y'all have questions about that?
Everybody shop local.
Shop local. We've got lots of places here now too. I'll say that. Lots of boutiques and small shops, lots of local vendors to choose from now. So it's nice to have that here in town. And we try to support as many of them as we can, or at least I do. So that's all I have right now.
Thank you, Amy. See, next we have operation and construction with Mr. Stacy Gilleland.
course, we're wide open on daily work orders. Cold weather makes crazy things happen to our buildings. Water leaks and it's just crazy. Roofs where we had no rain for 3 months and they baked, finding all kinds of new leaks. So we're hard at it. We're trying to get those straightened out. We started the HVAC a couple of months ago, winter heat startup of our units, and of course we still have problems. I'm getting about 4 or 5 calls a day on heat now. I figured tomorrow morning I have probably 145. As cold as it's going to be tonight, so worried about that a little bit, but I actually had them running stuff all night to make sure this time so we get ahead of the game. When we had our meeting, our call meeting, and talked about some projects for Splashed and stuff, and possibly the new middle school, I'm at the point where I've had 3 architects come and look. We've walked the buildings. I've gotten a lot of the information from the state of requirements that we're going to need. I've actually had the surveyor is going to start a topo on the property for us, because to get a true feel of it, we do have a good survey, but we need a topo, and I just got with the same company that did that to have them start the topo and add it to it. And it's minor money compared to what we would spend if we had to do the entire project. So we're starting on that. I feel like in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, we can sit down and look at 3 different ideas from 3 different architects and make a decision whether this is feasible or not. You know what I'm saying? We'll be to the point where we can make some decisions to go further or look in another direction. And that's the best I can do on that right now, but it looks very positive. It looks very positive. I think this can be an option that we can fully explore, and it may work for us and it may not. But I'll bring it to you and let y'all make that decision. The Harmony lift station had a little setback. Our architect that designed that originally helped me, well, not originally, but they came in and looked at it for me. Gave me a cost estimate of around $80,000 to $85,000. I bumped it to $95,000 for uh-ohs, if you remember the last meeting. Came in high. People have plenty of work right now. I only got 3 bids, which is 3 is good. I'm glad to get 3. And they range from 136 to 158. We asked for 90. I told them to take the low bidder, the architect, go back and sit down with the low bidder, negotiate if we can cut it anyway, and come back to me with a final number, and then I'll have to come back with you next month on this. I didn't feel comfortable with bringing it tonight. I wanted to see if we couldn't do something better. And the architect's a little embarrassed about this, so we've had a long conversation that it put me in a bad spot, and I actually raised $10,000 higher than what he told me, thinking we'd be covered, and it didn't get close. So it's about $50,000 more, basically. So a little disappointed, but I'll come back with the right numbers, because we've got to do it. We've got to get it going, and I apologize for that. I'll probably need to do my homework a little better next time. Transportation, we have 2 new drivers. We're putting in the driver training program, because we're always needing people to help train drivers. And right now, I've temporarily moved one of our trainers into the office to handle some duties, since we lost a lady that resigned. And I'll probably bring that recommendation next month, whether we want to hire her or not full-time in that position. She's a good driver, good trainer, but she knew Versatran and understood routing, been with the department a while, so giving her a little chance to see if it's what she wants to do and what we want to do. So we're just temporarily letting her work in there. Preparing for the upcoming winter, of course, and tonight's the first night. We told them they had to plug the buses in, so tonight's the first night we pass out new drop cords to them, and we collect them when some spring hits, and we hold them, we hand them back out in the fall. So we'll have the buses ready to go in the morning. The white activity bus is here. We have found a few minor warranty things we want to fix before we actually put it out. They must have had a pre-care putting the lettering on, because it runs uphill and missing an S on this side, and the top's crooked. And I was embarrassed when I looked at it. I said, "Are y'all kidding me? You sent this bus over here looking like this?" But they're bringing a new lettering crew out and going to re-letter it, so we'll have that. It was funny. I've got pictures. Actually, we do have a picture. No.
Did I not send it to you? Sorry. I thought I did. In the transportation department, from our lunching, wanted to give y'all a heartfelt thank you for the 3% one-time raise. They really appreciate it. They were all just so happy. They wanted 7 or 8, but you know, they even made that point to me, just laughing, but it was funny. The SRO report, 5 truancy citations issued to parents, 2 subpoenas served for truancy court, and we had 1 arrest of a juvenile for theft by taking. Beth's got a little presentation she'd like to show y'all tonight on the Shake It Up program for school nutrition. I'll turn it over to her.
Presentation, I wouldn't go that far. Just a little blurb. First thing though, you need to read off our free and reduced percentage, for our official percentage is 52.49%. So that was the October 31st numbers, and so that's the number that we'll use for the rest of the year. If anybody wants to know what our district free and reduced percentage is, that's the number that we give them, okay? So, and that's about a percentage below what we were last year. So we're right there at the 50 percentile. What I'd like to share with you tonight is an exciting new endeavor. It's called Shake It Up in School Nutrition. And Shake It Up is a statewide initiative that was launched by the Georgia Department of Education, the School Nutrition Division, also in partnership with the state school superintendent and the State Board of Education. And the goal behind Shake It Up is to enhance the flavor of school meals and improve the perception of Georgia school nutrition programs. So Pickens County Schools Food Nutrition Services, my department, I've joined the Shake It Up initiative with the state, and as a member, this is what I've pledged to commit and get my staff behind us to do this year. I've pledged for us to strive for excellence and positive change, to build relationships with students and our community, to advance and enhance school food quality and taste, to promote school food as tasty and nutritious, to provide quality service and care to all of our stakeholders, to maintain the highest standards of food service and cleanliness, to recognize outstanding performers, and of course to identify any areas of strength and deficiency in our program. My staff does recognize the value of enhancing the flavor of school food in an effort to build and maintain a strong school nutrition program. So we will strive to continue promoting and improving our program so that we can improve the perception of school nutrition in Pickens County Schools. Some of the immediate steps that we'll be taking the rest of this year is, first and foremost, is informing our customers that we are part of the Shake It Up initiative and participating in that program, and what does that program mean. So I will be putting information on our website for that. I will be providing Shake It Up training with my staff starting with the January 2nd in-service. They don't know it yet, but good things to come. I will hold a Shake It Up event in at least one school this spring. One of the big areas that I'll be working on is developing and implementing salt-free seasoning blends to enhance the flavor of meats, rice, potatoes, and other vegetables. Again, the key is I need to make the food taste good and palatable without adding salt. It can be done, so I'm going to be working on that. I'll also be working with Sue Gibbons and the culinary students at the high school to develop recipes. They've already done a lot of tasting for us and surveys and such, but I'll also have them get involved in helping us to create some recipes. I've got some like diced chicken that I need have flavor, so I'm going to say here's the criteria, make it happen, and let them see what they can do for us. So it should be a lot of fun. So finally, what I'd like to do, is my video ready? Okay, I've got a short video, it's a 2-minute video, and this is a video that was taken in Hall County when the Shake It Up initiative was started. It started this summer. This was their kickoff event, and just will tell you a little bit more about it, and it'll be fun, and be looking forward to shaking it up. So, thank you. Hopefully you can hear it.
The school nutrition program is important. It provides meals to students during the school day. Georgia has led the way in all things school nutrition, specifically with compliance with the many regulations. As school nutrition professionals, our first job is to meet the rules of the program, and our most important job is to feed children. Doing both jobs may seem impossible, but that is where Shake It Up and school nutrition comes in.
The Georgia School Nutrition Program, in partnership with the State School Superintendent and the State Board of Education, are proud to present Shake It Up and School Nutrition. This is a statewide initiative to enhance the flavor of school meals and improve the perception of Georgia school nutrition programs.
This initiative brings together the talents of chefs, culinary education teachers, and school nutrition professionals to develop recipes, training videos, and resources that will help you to be successful with this initiative.
The Shake It Up initiative will focus on 3 key areas. They include customer service, food quality, and environment. We challenge you to be a Shake It Up school. The first step is to complete the self-assessment for your school and determine what areas you want to shake it up in. Next, take the Shake It Up pledge. There are 3 pledge levels, so whatever your commitment ability is, there is a level just for you. Remember that even small changes can make a huge impact.
Schools that have taken the pledge will receive monthly updates including new recipes, tips and tricks, and Shake It Up success stories and resources. Upcoming events shaking out of this initiative include meetings with chefs and menu planners throughout the state to develop new recipes and flavors, a student chef competition, and the release of new culinary education videos for use in schools.
So, get ready to shake it up.
All right, so you'll see that logo all over the place. So, and we have pledged for the silver, which is there's a gold, silver, and bronze. And because I've got so many other things going on, I'm just going for silver this year. I'll try gold the next year. So, all right, thank you. Any questions? No. Okay.
Thank you.
That's pretty much all I've got, except for one thing. I want to thank Dr. Perry, Mike, Peggy, giving me this chance to come here and work with you and for you and for the kids of Pickens County. I appreciate the opportunity. I wish you all the best. If I can ever help you, just call me.
Thank you, Stacy. Next, we have Ms. Cantrell with our attendance update.
And I too would like to say thank you to the board. And I look at Peggy because we go a long way back. So I can't look at you, Peggy. Sorry. I just want to thank you all for your support, for everything, for holding the school system for the high expectations. When Dr. Perry gave me the news of what the dropout rate was, I was just ecstatic. I could not believe it. I knew that we were, we continued to make progress and we will continue. But whenever she gave me that information and whenever I started seeing this, it was like, this is real. And we all work so hard in our jobs. And we take a lot home with us, and we go to bed at night and we can't sleep about thinking about things. But in reality, it is all about those children. It's about what we can do to help them every day to be successful. And I want to say that I want to thank you as a board because you have truly done that. And I want to thank you so much. And just to say, this is not goodbye. We will see you later. So again, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you for your hard work, Sally.
Well, I just appreciate y'all. And I told Dr. Perry, I have this framed, and
We're getting you a banner. We've already ordered you a banner.
well, thank you. I just whenever this came out, I was just this is just one of the many things. And I just have to tell you the sweet story today in the court system. We had a young lady who graduated who was a possible dropout. She is going into the military, and it was just the best story today. So there's so many stories, success stories, and so I just want you to know that even though you're leaving, I know you're going to be touching children as you go along the way, so thank you. All right, now I'll get to the attendance report. I want to Well, let's do the dropout first. Sorry. Since we're talking about dropouts, we have no dropouts to report this month. So we are still at 4, so we're very excited, and we want to continue to work hard and stress to keep those numbers down. The other thing is that I want to talk about the attendance. And before you open it, Martha, I do have a quick story, and I know y'all want me to hush, but I'll make this quick. Stacy did say, when the bus drivers, when you tell them cold weather to plug up, let me tell you, those bus drivers will do what they can to plug up. Because last year, when they were told to plug up, they did. Well, I was lodged in between 2 of those buses over here at the central office. And they literally had my Jeep, I was lodged in between them, and I started to leave work, and I thought, oh my God, I can't get out. Because they had me blocked in. So I was like, it was after hours, I thought, what am I going to do? So I sat there for 30 minutes, just easing up, backing up, until I finally got my Jeep eased out enough between those 2 buses. So let me tell you, don't ever be in the way where those buses need to plug up, because they will find a way. So I commend, my hat's off to the transportation department. The other thing is that, in talking about with the, I forget where I was going with this, with the attendance, Miss Fowler, she is the recipient of that banner, and she did call me up and say, Shelley, or send me some pictures, we got a little problem. Banner is kind of a little fragile looking, and I was like, what happened, Penny? She gave me this story that there's something about a bunch of elves jumped off the shelf and they attacked the banner, and this big, and I'm like, yeah. She's like, we're going to have to get a new one, and I'm like, yeah, send me a picture. Well, she did, and it was part of the picture, but then when I see it tonight, it even looks worse than it really did in the picture. So, I guess we'll have to blame it on the elves, but anyway, we're going to present the banner. We do have a new one coming, but I would like for Ms. Fowler to come forward, and I would also like to announce that Tate Elementary will receive the ragged banner, but you will be getting a new one. So congratulations to Tate.
We're so proud of it, though. We had it hanging on the fence up by the road so everybody would see it. Then it came that terrible windstorm. And it may be rainproof, it is not windproof. Okay.
Oh, wow. Those are some serious elves.
Yeah, they've really been.
They were full of hot air, evidently.
Elves.
So congratulations to Tate, and I also have a certificate.
You're not helping me. There's not much help for it.
We're getting Coach Parker now to assist because he's the, what's the word, Coach Parker?
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Feel a little guilt, might have been some of my people.
Okay, now I would like to announce the staff attendance award for the month. And, well, it looks like Sandy Lehman from Tate Elementary. If you would please come forward, please, ma'am. You had a little bit of competition there. You got a lot of 97s there, so, yeah.
I did not come off again.
Wait.
So again, schools are working hard, staff attendance as well as student attendance. So again, we want to thank everybody for their hard work.
Cindy, I saw your cups on the website today with your CCRPI. If you put those on, you might have a whole place setting. That's right.
Gave every teacher, we took around donuts and coffee and tea and hot chocolate, whichever they chose. They each received a mug with a
Yeah, I saw the mugs with the number, and I just thought, well, there's plates now and saucers and food. A lot with that.
And Shelley, I wanted to tell you that I'm very proud of the work you've done in the last 4 years. When I came on the board to now, you are one of the main people that have helped us get the graduation rate to where it is. You've done an excellent job, and I want to commend you for it.
And one thing I forgot to say when, I'm sorry, who's waiting? Anyway, when Stacy was up there, if you guys haven't been to the library to see the Festival of Trees, the Transportation Department has the most beautiful tree up there. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's the 12 Days of Christmas. I saw it last Thursday night when we had the band, middle school band concert, and it is gorgeous. I'm not kidding. It's so professional. What?
They love doing it. They can't wait to do it every year.
Well, it's beautiful, I'm telling you. It really is. You should just drop by and see it. It's really, really pretty.
Next, we have Mr. Shea with the technology update.
Good evening. Thought I'd give you guys an update of what's going on in technology. I come and ask for SPLOST dollars, and I just want to give you an update of what we're spending it on. Mobile devices, we have an initiative, or we've been mandated to put devices in the hands of children by 2020, and we are well on our way. As you can see by the numbers, we've purchased over we have over 3,200 Chromebooks in our system right now. We've purchased over 2,700 last year alone, and that's through SPLOST money as well as Striving Readers money. There's some title money in there as well. So the devices are in the hands of students. They're getting in the hands of students. There's still a few more purchases that are coming in. And if you look at the numbers, our current enrollment is right about 4,400, and we have over 3,200 devices. So of our total population, we're at right about 72%. My goal by the end of this year is 80%. So I mean, we're well on our way. And if you just look at grades 3 through 12, we're at 97%. So the devices are there for the students. With that came, I'm going to jump down to the bottom, was the wire and wireless project that Amy talked about earlier about us completing with the CFC money, the E-rate money, and the SPLOST money this past summer. It is finally done. We put in new access points everywhere. We updated wire in the classroom in preparation for this. The problem is we've got so many wireless devices out there now that Mr. Satterfield will be working a couple days over Christmas vacation to redesign the wireless network so that we don't have the collisions that we have right now. Testing has gone pretty well at the high school, and that's all on wireless devices in this last week. So we're very happy with where we're at with the network and the devices that we have. The other project that is coming to an end is that Promethean project that we started back in the spring. I came to you and we talked about the possibility of replacing projectors and boards on walls with this Promethean panels, with the flat panels. We purchased, initially we did 125, and then there was a redesign, and we purchased some additional ones, and some of the schools purchased some with some Striving Readers money. So we have right at 150 panels out in the schools right now, and all but the high school have been rolled out to the classrooms. There's a few training issues at the high school still, trying to align all their planning times with the training that needs to happen. But as you can see, elementary schools, mostly 4th and 5th was our focus. Most of the schools have 3rd. One of our schools, Tate, has decided to move it down to 2nd grade. So I'm going to be coming to you in the spring so that we can make sure that all of our classrooms are the same throughout the district. All academics at JMS are done and at PCMS. And then the high school, we deployed 42 panels out there, and we need probably a few dozen more to finish out the high school. I over-exaggerate with the 100 or overestimate with the 100. I believe it's closer to the 50 mark that we will be able to complete this project. And from what I understand, the panels are well received. The training is going well. The hardware is being well received. Prometheum, we've had, out of the 150 boards that were delivered, we've had 2 issues out of all 150, and we've just received brand new panels. Came in the mail. They were delivered. They don't come to the mail. They were delivered, and we took them off a truck today. So they're very responsive on how they're supporting the product themselves, and we're pleased. And from what I understand, the feedback that I'm getting from the teachers is that they're pleased as well. So I thank you for allowing us to do that project, and we'll continue to make improvements to our infrastructure and our classrooms and what's in best interest of the students. And like I said, my goal, when someone asked me where were we going to be at the end of the year towards our 100% initiative of devices to students, and I said, I think we could easily hit 80%. And right now we're within striking distance of that, and if you look at what those 3rd through 12 classrooms, we're at 97% there of the devices that are available out there for the students. So students, if they have devices that they can bring to school, that's great. But as students come to school, the devices are there and ready for them. And we know that they work, we know that they're charged, we know that our network can support them as well. So I thank you for all the hard work that you've done in allowing us to continue to move forward. Do you have questions for me at this time? No? I won't ask you for any money at the end of the year. We'll wait till the spring. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ms. Wallace, CCRPI report.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, wait, all right. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. All right, well, I'm very excited to present tonight these scores, and I'm going to try to go slow. And thanks to Beth for making this presentation. It's animated, so it's going to pace me to help me not go as fast as I normally go. So hopefully you guys will be able to understand me, only if I can click appropriately.
No guarantees.
Yes, so no guarantees on this presentation. So many thanks to her for helping me put this together. So tonight we are going to celebrate Pickens County's increase in its CCRPI score. And I know firsthand the dedication it takes from really everyone, and I mean this. Our bus drivers, because that's the first face our kids see in the morning. And if it's the smiling face, it sets the day. Our cafeteria workers, because oftentimes they feed them. the secretaries, the techs, the paraprofessionals, the media specialists, the counselors, the teachers, the administrators, the parents, the students, to be committed to and work toward improvement or maintaining a very strong CCRPI score that encompasses a menagerie of changing factors. So I'm really, really excited about what I'm about to share with you guys. So before I start, just real quick, I want to review, and I know most everybody here understands what it entails, but just in case, I just want to go over a few things. So the DOE grades all public school systems by the College Career Readiness Index, what we affectionately call CCRPI. It measures schools in our district on a 100-point scale based on multiple indicators that often change. And it is the accountability measure for GOSA and the State Board of Education. So what role does milestones play? It's the test that we're legally required to administer, and as you guys know, this year we'll have a few less tests. And it's the major component of CCRPI. There's lots and lots and lots of components, but it's the major component. So it drives the majority of the score that we end up with CCRPI. And of course, we give the milestones in grades 3 through 12 in these subjects. So across the district, when you add up how we've increased across all of our scores, we had over a 40-point increase in our district this year, which is absolutely amazing. And I can explain the amazingness as I go along. I can't do it all at one time. I have to reveal little bit by little bit through this presentation. So here we go. Oh, good. I did not click too much. This was what I was afraid. In 2015, we had a 73.2, and this year we have a 78.3 for our district. We went at 5.1 points for our district. So go Eagles, go Hawks, go Bulldogs, go Tigers, and go lots and lots of Dragons, because we have lots of Dragons around here. That is pretty amazing, and I can tell you how amazing it is as we go on. Then, looking at Harmony Elementary. Last year, a 68.3. This year, a 79.2, with an increase of 11.2. Hill City, last year, an 84, this year, an 84. This is a big deal. So I want to take just a minute to say this. If you think about it, it's more difficult to increase a CCRPI score that's close to the goal of 100. The fact that they maintain an 84 is awesome, but I can't really tell you why to the end, because I got to show you that chart. So I'll show you at the end. So you've got to stay for the end of the presentation. This is kind of like a cliffhanger. I want everybody to stay alert. Big deal, big deal. Don't go anywhere. All right, Jasper Elementary. 2015 a 71.2, 2016 a 77.8 for an increase of 6.6. Thank you. Finally, someone. That's what I was waiting on. I love the movie. Thank you. Tate Elementary. 2015 a 71.6. 2016 an 86.5 for an increase of 14.9. I'll pretend like y'all clapped for Harmony earlier. Jasper Middle School. Last year the score was 66.9. This year it has gone up to 68.7 for an increase of 1.8. Thank you, Beth, for pacing me. This is perfect. Pickens County Middle School. 2015, 73.9. This year, 78 for an increase of 4.1. And then Pickens High School, last year, their score was 74.7. This year, 76.7 for an increase of 2. So, if you look at how we compared our county in the RESA, in our RESA, you can see how we did. Our county had the 3rd highest score, which I think that deserves claps too. We did super good. And you really, I always have said to my staff, okay, so we see our scores and that's great, but you don't really know how you do till you can compare to other scores. So then, if you look at the state scores in 2015, elementary, the CCRPI score was 76. This year in elementary, the scores went down to 71.7. So this makes that 84 that Hill City had even all the more awesome. So overall in the state, when elementary scores were going down, Hill City could maintain that awesome score of 84, and then the fact that those other elementary scores went up says a lot about our elementary scores, because our elementary score is an 80.6 compared to 71.7 for the state. And then middle school, in 2015, it was 71.2. For this year, it's 71.5. And our middle schools are right there at 71.4. We're so close. And then in high school, in 2015, it was 75.8. It went down slightly to 75.7, but we're beating it at 76.7. So then if you look at all the levels together, for last year, it was 75.5. This year, it's gone down to 73.6. And we are killing it at 78.3. So I think that's absolutely. So then we put it all together, all of our schools, and our overall change, like I started at the beginning, is 5.1. So I just want to say that as a principal, you can be pulled in a million directions. You guys know this. You remained focused. You kept the main thing, which is our kids. And I'm truly grateful that you all have concentrated on good teaching. I've had the privilege to work alongside each of you, and I know how much you care for our student success, not just now, but in the future. So now, come on up and let us celebrate you. Principals, come on up. Not kidding.
Excuse me, any cough on your face?
We're supposed to stand behind our name.
Y'all know we are busy.
Here, come here, I'll here. Between Wilds and I.
Can we turn this way?
Next year you get a bigger banner.
Sure.
Yes.
You guys get cupcakes too?
You know, it takes everybody to do this, but I'm a firm believer in good leadership, and you guys are good leadership.
I'll take this, Sadie's already got a banner.
I think we have to get that one back.
I'll take one, Sadie, cut
Linda, could you tell, the telling story of these points? We signed a contract with the state and with the State Board of Education saying that we would increase our CCRPI scores. We saw what the increases were. What was it? If we had been under that contract right now, the points that they would have expected as an increase for our district would have been from?
Maybe half a point to a point, at the most. Half a point to a point at the most.
You can see when you have a 5.1 increase district-wide, you have almost a 15-point increase or 11-point increase, when the state's expectation under that contract was from a half a point, depending on where the school was, to 1 point.
Yeah.
I think that puts it a little more in perspective in terms of improvement across our 7 schools. Congratulations. I am so proud of y'all.
Yes. Yeah, I got excited. I forgot to ask if you all had any questions. Sorry. I need to put that up there on the slide. Do you all have any questions? No. I just want to say thank you for the support, being a principal. You guys know firsthand that it's hard work. You have a lot coming at you, but with your support, things like that happen. And so I just want to say thank you very much.
And we do know that 1 or 2 of our schools made it into the top quartile.
We right now believe, and the CCRPI scores came out today.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And they have been looking at, because if you were in the top quartile, in a sense, the state is not requiring you every year to increase. And so we believe that we may have, we believe we absolutely probably have 1. We may have 2.
Right.
And
they said they would know for sure in January. They would contact us in January.
Okay.
So.
Sandy, you know a little bit more about that because you've looked at the elementary schools.
I've looked in almost all of North Georgia.
Where are we,
Come on,
Sandy?
Sandy.
Come on, where are we?
No, we'll say best. But we beat Union, we beat all but one in Whitfield, 4 in Cherokee, we beat all in Gilbert, all in Murray, all in Dalton City, and all in Fannin. They did, so, and I didn't look about Hill City, but they were probably the same boat as me.
We hope we may have two. Absolutely.
Yes.
So, Hill City, we're celebrating that 84.
Absolutely. So, yep.
That's not to say we only been here for half a year.
And may I say, a 6.6 increase is wonderful.
Yes,
Wow, so that'll be over 12 next year,
That's
right?
right. Yeah, no expectations, Wallace, no expectations. Yes, yes.
You know, we hope the board, we hope y'all are excited about the scores as board members, because I do believe that you have provided the leadership that has encouraged us to excel. So thank you for that, and great
Thank
things.
you've been a big part,
Well,
a
great
huge
things
part.
are happening, and we are so
Absolutely.
excited.
Thank you, Ms. Wallace, and you can turn the light on in your office now.
Thanks.
I never know if she's there. It's always dark.
All right, next on the agenda is action items. So we need to approve the first board meeting of 2017 so that we can get our new board members on board. So I'll hear a motion that we approve the January 12th, 2017.
I make a motion that we hold the first board meeting on January 12th at 6:30 p.m.
Second. Motion and a second by Mr. Long. All those in favor? 5-0. Next up, we have Mr. Gilleland come back up about that ABM contract.
A couple months ago, I talked to you about this, and felt like we're making some strides. Everything's not perfect, of course. I expect it to get better and better. I really do. It's my recommendation that we continue one more year. The price has been set by the previous RFP that we put out a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And so it maintains the same price. And I extend it one more year. And I hope June, July, we sit down and talk about this and have a heart-to-heart and see where we stand, if it's what we want to keep doing. If not, then we got a lot of work to do to change it. So that's what I'm asking for.
Okay. Yeah, I think it would be, prudent to let them know that, we are going to check up on them and we are going to compare them to other companies every year.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract extension for ABM.
I second.
Motion and second by Andrews. Any other discussion? All those in favor? 5-0.
Thank you.
Next is Student Data Privacy Policy, JRA.
The board and I went for legal issues training on, I guess, last Thursday, was it last Thursday?
That seems like a month ago.
No, I'm thinking. Anyway, two of the policies discussed during those legal presentations were policy JR and JRA. So we did receive updates on these policies, and it was the recommendation of Harbin, Hartley, and Hawkins that this policy JRA be in place January 1. And we do have the procedure under our policy development policy that you may put into effect this policy now so that it will be in effect January the 1st. The 12th is not bad, but it seems that the board really wanted us to have it in place January 1. So it is a policy that is cut and dry. There's really, it falls under several legal mandates. There's not a lot of change that we could do to it anyway. So I'm recommending under our emergency procedure that we approve policy JRA, student data privacy complaints.
Well, the other reason why it needs to be by January 1st is the state did sort of say it had to be done by then.
It did.
Even though they let us know about it
Well,
7 days ago.
the state had to develop, after the legislative session, they had to develop some procedures, and they had to identify at the state level someone who would handle this statewide. So it is really cut and dry. It is based on legal mandates, and I recommend the emergency passing of policy JRA.
Make a motion that we approve the policy JRA.
Yeah, probably so.
I can do
First,
that.
before we do that, need to hear a motion that we waive.
I make a
the
motion,
30-day
we
policy.
waive our policy.
Okay.
That's,
All right.
and
BD.
our policy
BD,
procedure.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
it was policy, it was, and
Right.
then policy BD, so. We have a motion, and I'll second. So, all those in favor? 5-0. Now, Mr. Bell's. Motion to approve policy JRA, and I need a second on that.
I'll second that.
Second by Ms. Lewis. All those in favor? 5-0. Now we have another policy.
Yes, we do, policy JR. And while we were at the Legal Issues Conference, I had already emailed Marlene Brooks and asked her to look at our old policy JR. And I asked her too, because she does this all across the state, if she would look at our old one and make suggestions to the board on how to revise it. Policy JR, I recommend that we put it out for review for parents. And Peggy, as you always like, we have those strike-throughs.
Right.
So you can see where it was changed and what the new recommendations are. I recommend we put out policy JR for review for 30 days.
Make a motion, we put out policy JR for 30 days. Review for the community and.
Motion by Ms. Andrews, second by Mr. Long. Any other discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. Next, we have a lot of surplus from several different schools. From there. I trust everybody looked over that. Is there anything that you would like to say about any particular?
It was mainly library books.
Right.
About everything. Sold ones.
Always we're making the books available to the public.
Always.
We can do all this in a lump, can't we?
Do them all as in a lot.
I recommend that we approve the surplus property request forms as presented.
Second by Mr. Bell. All those in favor? 5-0. Next, we have the approval of the board meeting minutes from October 25th, November 10th, and December 7th, call board meeting. I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for all three meetings.
I'll second that.
Second by Ms. Lewis. All those in favor? 5-0. Now I'll make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss or deliberate upon the appointment, employment compensation, hiring, disciplinary action or dismissal, or periodic evaluation or rating of a public officer or employee, or to interview applicants for the position of superintendent, and to consult with and meet with legal counsel pertaining to pending or potential litigation, settlement, claims, administrative proceedings, or judicial actions brought or to be brought by or against the school district or an officer or employee, or in which the officer or employee may be directly involved. Sadly, I need a second.
Second.
All those in favor? 5-0. At 8:58, the motion was made by Mrs. Andrews and seconded by myself to come out of executive session. The vote was 5-0. Ms. Andrews? There was no action taken. Next on the agenda is the approval of the executive session minutes as read.
Make a motion that we approve the executive session minutes as read.
Motion by Mr. Long.
Second.
Second by Mr. Bell. All those in favor? 5-0. Next we have approval of personnel on the December PAR report.
I make a motion that we approve the December PAR report as presented.
I'll second. All those in favor? 5-0.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve Dr. Charles Webb as our interim superintendent pursuant to the terms of the contract that we've developed and not to exceed 6 months.
I'll second.
Motion made by Ms. Lewis and seconded by Mr. Long. Any other discussion? All those in favor? 5-0.
He is a wonderful individual, yeah. You will enjoy working with him.
I guess we're going to release his
We have
information after
information to
Right.
give to the press.
I make a move that we employ King, Cooper, and Associates to conduct a superintendent search immediately.
We have a motion to employ King, Cooper, and Associates for superintendent search.
A second.
Second by Ms. Lewis. All those in favor? 5-0. Now, all that's done. Time for board comments.
I got some of your minutes.
I'm going to make a few comments. First of all, have a lot of personnel changes tonight. But as everybody well knows, Dr. Perry is going to be leaving us at the end of the year. Way more important than me or Peggy ever leaving.
Absolutely.
So I would like to say that myself, I have learned a ton from you. It's like I told you the other day, I am a better person because I've known you. Thank you for what you've done for the children of Pickens County. Thank you for what you've done for our school district. Thank you for all of the agonizing hours that you put in working for us.
Would that include the ones she put us through?
Right, right. But we just wanted to give you a little token. Byron, if you'll grab that. It's absolutely not much, but we wanted to give you something. Just to say thank you for your service.
Thank you so much.
And there's a card to go along with it. So,
Those are beautiful.
And I want to say thank you too. You came to us during the time that we had a great need, and I think Mike and Byron know that, and you have done a really good job. You showed great leadership and have moved us forward in leaps and bounds that I actually didn't expect, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Y'all may remember, I literally threw my clothes in the back seat of the car. Did have a rod that I did hang them on, and I didn't bring one piece of furniture with me. I got the call from Phil, and I came, and I've been here almost 4 years. So, and you know what? I had 4,400 precious reasons to come. So, it's always a joy for me to work on behalf of children. And that's truly what I have tried to do. Like you, I've tried to do the best that I could for them. They are so capable and so deserving. And so, what a privilege, to be able to do things that benefit kids. As educators, everybody, we are fortunate every day to have that opportunity. It's a blessing. It truly is a blessing. So, thank you.
Well, I'm not sure I can add anything to what Mike and Peggy have said. I mean, it's been nearly 4 years. It's had its ups and downs, but it's been good. And I think, if you step back and look at, a lot of people don't remember where we were. We were in a pickle.
In the ditch.
I mean, it was not good. And like Peggy said, you got us up out of the ditch. You got us through a SACS review, and we've got that curve starting up. And we want to continue.
We did it. Everybody out there, all of you. I didn't do a thing. I didn't teach a child during these 4 years. I didn't do it. We all did it together, and
But you put people in place that were capable, and you empowered them to do it.
And I want to add my wishes to you for the best. I don't think there's anybody who could have worked harder than you have worked. And we've made tremendous progress under your leadership, and I appreciate that, and all the guidance and help you've given to me. And I just want you to know that the initiatives that you've started, we are going to work really hard to keep going.
that's wonderful. Thank you.
And I have to say to Mike and Peggy, and I'll try to do this properly, what a privilege and an honor it has been to serve this board with you. Peggy, I don't know what we're going to do without you. You're
Probably very well.
Your perspective and your experience has been absolutely invaluable on this board. And I don't think I'll hurt Mike's feelings by saying that it is your leadership that has so many times pulled us out of the woods and out of the weeds. It's just hard to say thank you enough. And to Mike, your sense of humor has been so important so many times when we've been in the middle of tense discussion, when you've been able to sort of put us all back where we needed to be. And I appreciate truly all that you've done. Your leadership, your guidance, and most of all, your friendship. Thank you so much.
I'll say, Peggy, and to mine, even when we disagree, I've respected you a whole lot. I really do. It's hard to, when people have as much experience as what you've had, it comes out a lot, and you see it, and you're like, wow, how did we not know that? But it shows up what your experience has, and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I do. In the same way you know. And Dr. Perry, I appreciate the kindness that you've shown. You've been very kind to me and my family, and really went out of your way to make sure that as new board members, that we did have, what we needed to do to be successful. And I appreciate that.
Thank you. You're very welcome. There's one last motion.
Nah, it's not time for that motion yet. I wrote a 20-page speech. that I need to start now. No. I do want to say this about our school board. I feel like our school board, it has been a blessing for our school system that we have 5 different ways of looking at things. I feel like that is what a school board is supposed to bring to the table, and then come together to decide what's the best thing to do. We also, me and Peggy and Byron, you know, we were here when the 2 new board members came on. I would ask that y'all do the same thing for the 2 new board members that is what we did with y'all. Bring them in. And we have already started doing that. But it is a good tradition to start. Our school system is way too important for any single board member. It's just way too important. And I do want to say to Peggy, you are the best board member ever. I love you.
I want to say Jared told me not to do this. But all of you know that it's been a difficult year for my family. And I thank you all for your support and your friendship. And I wish you well. And especially to that man, Phil. He has stood by me in ways that no one else knows. And I appreciate him so much, and he would do that for anybody here. But he's the best.
You know, you don't realize that until you work with, in other districts, with other board attorneys. I'm telling you, what he does for Pickens, no one has any idea. He is the most knowledgeable board member, board attorney that I have ever had the pleasure of working with. And I could not have done what I have attempted to do without his help. And I've said that to y'all many times, and I feel the need to say it publicly. You can't do better than what we have right here. It does not exist. We are so, so very fortunate.
But all of you, if you need me, I'm in a little corner of Tate, so you just come down there and find me. Drop in any time, okay?
Now, great night for Tate, by the way.
Yes, it is. I'm very proud of my little community and our little school. And
Well, you know, we would probably be a little remiss if we didn't say something. Thank you, Mr. Blatt, for stepping in to be our interim at the high school.
Yep.
We appreciate him stepping up to the task.
Yep.
And that's a sign of a good school system, when we all have when sometimes events arise that gets us kind of bumbled and we don't know what we're doing or whatever. If everybody steps up and you try to support each other, work with each other, and try really hard to support each other, and you know, do the best. What can you do to help him? What can he do to help you? What can all of us do? And just ask, be open and honest, and that's all I ask for.
And serving in that position, he's going to need everyone's help.
He is. I gave him a little advice earlier, so.
Right.
he's going
I'm not
to
sure he's
need-
going to take it.
He's going to need everyone at the high school to help.
He will.
And he only wants what's best for the high school and for the children and for the staff. So, you know, we've just got to surround him and support him, and let's get through this.
Thank y'all. I appreciate the opportunity. I'll do my best for the people there.
All see, I've been board chair for 2 years and I've never banged the gavel.
Go for it. This will do the job.
So we're gonna bang it one time, but I'm gonna make a motion that we adjourn.
I'm going to second.
You gonna second it? We're done.